Hi everyone, welcome back. From today, we are going to discuss about the React JS. Completely UI development for e-commerce based application. Before going to start e-commerce based application, we should know some basics about in React JS and Bootstrap and JavaScript. Once we are comfortable with the main concepts, then we can start our project development as well. Okay, today is the session 2. Session 1 already available in YouTube. Okay, for the course introduction session, please go ahead and watch. So for this e-commerce application, backend integration we are using like a microservices integration. We are not teaching Java in this course, guys. Just a note to everyone, this is how you can integrate in our backend APIs, how to run in your local system. We will be help you here. If you already know our microservices course, till this time you know how it will work microservices in the backend API development. Now this course is completely a front end development, how you can integrate in the backend APIs in the front end here. That's it. Okay. So to develop this activity, we should know lot of things. Foundation, we should have a lot of knowledge we should have in this course here. Okay. So that is the high level point. Now we are going to start about what is React JS. We'll try to uh, go for what is React JS, why React JS is popular in the market, and how to set up in your local system and how to run a sample application. I will show you in today's session, guys. Once you are comfortable, and we can start about bootstrap concepts, JavaScript concepts, everything we can discuss as well. Okay. Now have a look here. What is React JS? Okay. Basically, React JS is a JavaScript library. It is not a framework. Framework means we need to take in care everything. But library, who developed this library means Facebook. Already everyone know JavaScript, right? On top of JavaScript, they came up with some library. This React JS is introduced. So it is a open source JavaScript library developed by the Facebook team, guys. Facebook is developed the React JS here. So I can say Twitter, Facebook, these all people are using your React JS only here for the front end development here. Okay. Now this JavaScript library is popular for building user interfaces here. By using this React JS, it is building user interfaces we can develop here. It is very easy to develop user interfaces using React JS here. So that's why it is a popular in the market now. Compared to Angular, React JS is easy to learn as well. If you already know Angular JS, that's okay. But learning, if you don't know anything on the front end, now the fresh start, you can start with the React JS, guys. Okay. Now it is used for the single page applications here. What does it mean? Why React is popular? Single page applications means now if you open the Gmail, okay, or Facebook or anything, now when you click on a Gmail, now the whole refresh is happen for the first time. It is loaded only once. But when you click on the left hand side, if you click on the 17th, okay, the whole page refresh is not happening, only this content is changing. When you click on snooze, this tab will work. If you click on inbox, it will click. When you click on promotions, only this tab is changing, the whole refresh is not happening. That is about single page applications here. That is the meaning. So when you click on something, whole page should not refresh. That is previously we done through Ajax, jQuery combination we used to work. But when market Angular or React, these are all the things, single page applications we can develop as well. That's why it is very popular, and it is mainly focus on user interfaces here. We can develop our application by using React. Yes, small components UI development we can do it as well. Now, if you see here, if you go to the suppose a flipkart.com. Now, inside a flipkart.com, now if you see here, there is a top. This is one header. Okay, when you click on the some click on the mobile phones, when you click on the men t-shirts. Okay, now see header is fixed. Now your data. Now left hand side, if you click on suppose in gender, now only these products are updated here. Okay, these small components we can develop using the react.js here. Okay, it is not a framework, it is just a library here. It is following one architecture called component based architecture here. React mainly focus on component based architecture here. How you can see your application as a component. Okay, slowly I will be discuss that point in detail after showing a small diagram. You will get some clear picture how we can develop our applications as well. Okay, this React.js comes within three flavors: React.js, React Native, React Bootstrap. Whatever we are developing now, that is completely about the React Bootstrap here. Okay, it is a CSS framework that is about the Bootstrap. Okay, to design, to make beautiful for your website, we need the Bootstrap is the mandatory here. Without Bootstrap, if you go with the vanilla React JS, no much UI here at all here. But we can make it that activity by following with bootstrap here. Now, these three components, if you use React.js is used to develop web applications, means user interfaces. React Native is used to develop mobile applications like Android applications. There you can use the React Bootstrap as well. Now, if you see Facebook app, Twitter, yeah, okay, these are all people are using the React Bootstrap only internally here. Okay, this is a front end development. React Bootstrap is used to develop rich UI for both web applications and mobile applications as well. For these two types of applications, we can able to do activity here. Now, the current version of React is 18.x version here. This is about the current version of the React. Okay, React is using a concept called, why it is popular in the market is the virtual DOM here, document object model, to update the UI efficiently and effectively here. Whenever when you are clicking on something internally, all like HTML tags will be the DOM elements we used to say. DOM elements means the search box one DOM element, login button one DOM element, document object model internally. There is a physically it will be interact in JavaScript when you are doing the Angular there. It will take some time. But whereas in the React, it will take like a virtual DOM. Later we will be discuss more on about on that particular topic as well here. So because of mainly internally to update your UI very fast, fraction of millisecond means internally it is using a virtual DOM to update the UI efficiently and effectively here. That is the main about what is React.js here. So the development of React.js in two ways. One for the JavaScript, another for the TypeScript here. Okay. Now JavaScript is basically whatever you know already. It's a main basic programming language to develop your JavaScript code, right? So to develop the React, either you can use JavaScript or TypeScript. Extension of JavaScript is the TypeScript here. The extensions will be .js file, .ts file here. Right now, whatever we are developing, we are completely concentrating on JavaScript here. So what it is, XML. This is completely new in React.js. We used to call as a JSX, means combination of JavaScript plus XML. We XML means already, like you can create your own tags here, like a child tag, parent tag, okay, ID, name. Like you can write like XML however you want. In the same pattern, here also we can write in React.js combination JavaScript plus XML here. Anyway, we will be discuss how the syntax will be look like. That's okay. Now, the React already JavaScript, you may have some idea maybe what is JavaScript, what kind of variables we can define, these all the things, right? But here React JS uses important feature called JavaScript features here. ES6 features it is using here. Anyway, these features are very important. Okay, using these features, we can develop our React.js development as well here, guys. Okay, that's why it is using JavaScript ES6 features. What are the features we have? One by one, on day to day, whenever I am discussing a small topic, I will let you know this is one of the ES6 feature. In that approach, I am going to explain all the features of the JavaScript as well also here. Okay, now the widely used companies like a Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Netflix, many more. Okay, many more companies are using this React JS. It is the popular in the market here. That is introduction about what is React JS here to get an idea. Mainly, it is a JavaScript library for developing web applications here. Rich React.js is used for developing rich UI by using the Bootstrap. CSS framework is Bootstrap here, guys. Okay, and for mobile applications, we can use React Native here. The current latest version 18.x, maybe it can be a latest version also, it will be there. So we can develop React.js in two ways, using JavaScript, using TypeScript. Now our whole project we are going to discuss on the JavaScript only here. Okay, not in TypeScript. If I get a time through TypeScript also how to develop a small component, I will explain you as well. But right now main focus is that particular activity as well. Okay, now here, there is one point already I explained. What is single page application? Okay, single page application is a web application. It is loading single HTML page. Okay, it will load the whole file and dynamically update content on the page as you as interact with the application. Here, you are not reloading the whole application here. Like load once, dynamic updates, no full page reload, and you can communicate your user API. Now, if you see here, now if you say our React application, now if you see searching on your products here, now here when I click on some price as a 999, when you click on apply here, now the whole page refresh is not happening, only this component page only it is changing. That is about single page application here. You no need to load the, when you click on the add to cart, whole page will refresh will not happen. Whole page it will be keep on loading and you will get an output later on time as well. Now in this particular use cases, you can use for your single page applications are popular as part of this is a best example. When you click this tab, here only the data will display. When you click on this tab, data will be display here. Dynamically data will be changing for your application as well. Okay, previously if you are using jQuery with Ajax, when you click on one tab, this whole refresh will happen. This is not a single page application. Previously that will be happen. First time it will be load, whenever it is required, then it will reload the application as well. But we need to follow this approach, that is single page application here. Okay, hope you got some idea. Why learn React? Means it is very high demand in the market. Now if you are a experienced developer, okay, nowadays people are expecting like after 2 years or 3 years, they are expecting you should know the UI knowledge as well. Even though if you not work completely, you should have a knowledge. You should not say I don't know. Nowadays, they are expecting not only a backend developer, complete full stack developer. When I say full stack developer means like a front end plus back end. Java full stack means complete Java. UI full stack means complete UI. When you say there is no extension, guys, Java or UI, just you say full stack developer. Then we can say completely front end and back end. You should be aware. Okay. Now, here React now in the market nowadays, it's very important as part of your resume as well. It will be high demand in the job market, and it is very efficient rendering using virtual DOM. Due to this, it is a popular, very fraction of seconds your UI will be updated in the backend as I mean the front end as well. Here, the important benefit is it is a reusable components, means it will improve your productivity here. Improve productivity here. It's a reusable components. It will improve productivity here. Why? Because if you develop one component, if you take this example, now if you go to any page, this header component is fixed. If you go to login page, it is fixed. If you go to the cart page, it is fixed. Now, this is one component. Now, it is a reusing same component across the application. Like in that way, like a header, footer. These two are the reusable components. Everywhere we will be used. That is the meaning here. Reusable components improve the productivity here. We have a strong community support also we have in the market. If you don't know something like don't know, if you post in our Stack Overflow error right now, anyway, we have a chat GPT. People are using that activity anywhere to any problem is happen. Used by the top companies of Facebook, Netflix, Airbnb. Lot of companies are already using about the ReactJS. So that's why ReactJS is popular when compared to Angular. Compared to Angular. Okay. Still, few projects are developing the Angular as well, but slowly people will migrate to React to make it to avoid the complex operations. We can make it very simpler approach here. Okay. Now, if you see difference between the traditional JavaScript versus React JS. Okay. JavaScript, whenever you are using a pure vanilla JavaScript means it's a manual DOM manipulation. Direct your login box, login button, registration button. Like we have a like a table tags. It will be directly using the manual DOM manipulation will be happen in the JavaScript here changes. But React internally, it will take another manipulation, virtual DOM it is using. If you have a large scale applications, now it is very hard to maintain traditional JavaScript here. Okay. Now in the React, it is a following component based architecture. How we can develop the components, and when you create a fresh project, how to create this one, I will be demonstrate you as well. There is no reusable concept here. Here, reusability we can achieve through components here. Less predictable if any issues or any debugging issues. Here, more structured and maintainable. Whichever component you are developing, in real time you may work on one component, another developer may work on another component here. So there, whenever any issue is happen, we can easily predict as well at what place you got the problem statement as well. Through the browser we can able to see as well here. Okay. Now, so this React is basically followed one architecture, as I told, component based architecture here. For example, here we have a header. Okay. Imagine if you take our Flipkart application, what we are going to demonstrate here. If you take here, maybe we'll take another one so that you will get some idea as well. Here, this is a header. In terminology, you can call as a nav bar. Nav bar is nothing but this is a header design. This is header component. Okay. Left hand side, if you are able to see, this is called completely sidebar component here. If you look here, side navbar, header component, main content, footer component. If you take any application, these components will be there across your project here. This whole thing holding this activity, again one component here. This is a master component. Master. Inside here we have a child component. Now nav bar, main bar, side nav bar, footer. Now if you see here, treat whole application as one parent. Inside a parent, header is one, and if you bottom, whatever refresh is happening, see products information, only this data is displaying. This is one kind of a main component. If you go to the bottom, see this is a footer component. Like in this way, you can divide your application into multiple components. Suppose if when you click on a login button, this is one component. See left hand side, right hand side, empty spaces. Now they designed this one. Now here also, this is one kind of a component here. And if you click on a 24/7 customer service, now this is one component. Like you can create as many number of components your application. Now here see, sometimes you are able to see, this is kind of an animation you are able to see. This is one kind of a component. Like it's kind of a plug and play. Now they are keeping, now maybe after tomorrow maybe they will be changed or something. Now they will be replaced. In the top are able to see everywhere. If you observe, there is a space between everywhere, guys, backend space. This is one component. In this way we can create n number of components in the application as well. Like in our Java side, microservices you are dividing, right? Each microservice one responsibility. Here also in the front end, these components, as everyone has small UI represents one component here. That is the meaning here, component based architecture here. Okay, till here what is React JS? Are we good? Are we good till now, guys? What is React JS? Okay, yeah. The next part will come. Have a look here. How to set up in your local system. React means you need to install two softwares to run your React application or Angular application or front end development, any development. If you want to do one software called Node.js, it is a runtime JavaScript environment here to run our Angular application, React.js application, any front end applications, anything. It is kind of a JDK for Java to development. How we are using JDK, same here also we need a Node.js is required here. It will run JavaScript everywhere here. Okay, now see, get Node.js here. Now just you need to download. We have an option called download here. Just download in your local system, Windows installer MSI, install the software in your local system here. Once you run the software, see, you have verified the node version by using this command. You can check your node version here. It is a simple and straightforward. Already we have a videos how to install node.js. I will give those video links as well, guys. Once your installation is completed, go to command prompt and type node-v. Now see, this is the node version I am using here. Whenever you are using the node version, it will be install another software called npm. This is one of the package manager. Now internally it will install npm as well, 10.9.2 here. Why we need this one means it is downloading packages for your application. Like in our Java we have a maven, we have, right, mbn, gradle. Like that in the front end, to download any dependencies for your application, we will use npm as a node package manager. Using this, it will be it will start your application, it will download everything we can perform by using this npm tool. This is the first software you need to install in your local system here. Second, development. development of your front end. Basically, we will do one IDE called Visual Studio Code. Using this tool, we can develop the front end development. Front end development, we are doing this approach is a popular tool, guys. Now, just here also, Visual Studio Code Editor. Now, go there. Mm, Directly, we have a download option here. Yeah. Now see, download Visual Studio based on your operating system. Download. These two softwares are required to install in your local system here. Okay. Next. Uh, Now, whenever you installed Node.js, it will come around these three tools you will get. One for the NPM version, that means a Node package manager, and a Node to run our applications like JavaScript applications also you can run. And we have one plugin called NPX. Using this tool, we can create our React applications as well. First time when you are using npx, if it is not working, then I can use this React plugin to create your React applications. I need npx is required. Now have a look whether are you getting any exception or not. Npx, any version we have, just have a look. See, when you install the node, npx is also available for you. Using this tool only, we can develop our front end applications as I mean first React applications we are going to develop using npx here. This is the first one, guys. Okay. Now, so npx is used to create React applications here. So what is the syntax? Npx create hyphen react hyphen app, your application name like a hello world, my app, e-commerce, whatever project name you want, you can use it here. This is a command to create your React applications here. Okay. Now we will do that activity now. Now how to check the versions? Already I explained about npm hyphen version, node version, and npx version. Okay. First React app I'm going to discuss now. Okay. How to do? We need to follow couple of steps to do this activity. Have a look here. First, you need to set up your development environment. First one called Node.js, Visual Studio Code. These two things. Then using this tool, we are using called npm install hyphen g. If you are, if this is the one where you can, whenever this whatever this create hyphen react hyphen is not working, then you can use. See, right now I can do again as well, it will not harm anything. See here, npm install hyphen g create hyphen react hyphen app. Now it will download, okay, this plugin for you. See, is completed already. Okay. Npm one deprecated, 64 packages are happen. Now what we can do, now onwards, if you create any project, first step is not required. These steps are common. One time setup. How to use npx cd hello world. See here, first decide where you want to create your project here. Okay, let me choose one folder. uh, I am choosing one folder, guys, 44 UI. Here I am opening the command prompt here. Okay, command prompt I'm using. Here I will create two folders. One for the front end, another for the 44 underscore back end. Okay, now here also I will make 44 underscore front end. Just a prefix with 44. Now go to front end here. Now here you can open the command prompt cmd. Okay, now here, see, just follow this command here. Let me close this one. Yes, see here, npx create hyphen react hyphen app. Okay, your project name maybe I will take as a 44 underscore e-commerce here. Just I'm taking e-commerce, enter. Now it will take almost 2 to 3 minutes. It will take first time project creation, second time onwards you can develop instantly here. Fresh project creation always it will take lot of time. Why? Because it needs to download lot of dependencies inside your project. So that's why it will take lot of time for creating the project. Any questions on this one, guys? Lipna, Nidhi, Sunil, Bhagavan.
All good, Bhaskar.
All good. Okay. It is taking time. Let it be. So once it is installation is completed, now in your local you have a Visual Studio Code. Just you can open as a Visual Studio Code editor. See, this is a Visual Studio Code editor. There is a new window. Let me open here. Okay, just you need to open your workspace. Where is your folder is available here in your application. Okay, now here just see empty. Now file, there is an option called open folder. This open folder you should choose wherever you have. Now I created here 44 UI. Now front end, which project? This is the project. Before doing this activity, make sure let it complete this activity, guys. See, by default, Git is also initialized for this repository here, guys. Yes, your project is created successfully here. Once the project is created, now this is the folder, like choose the select folder. See, your project will appear. Click on yes, trust the others. Now this is your project structure. See, this is a pure project structure here. I'm going to discuss how the folder structure it will be look like. Detailed discussion I will do now. Okay, restart Visual Studio to apply the latest update. Okay, I don't want as of now, just I'm simply ignoring. Okay, first I will run the application. How to run the application? See here, terminal, new terminal. Okay, now here there is by default it will come as a PowerShell. See here, ps command. Suppose if you close this one, go to terminal, new terminal. By default a PowerShell will come here to you. Now there is an option called command prompt. See, choose the command prompt here. Now npm start. When you run this command, default port number for your application is 3000. In my local 3000 port is already running, so it is saying that would you like to run your another port? Just type as yes here. Why? If you specify, it will run your application. Now see here, it will open automatically localhost 3001. See, edit src/app.js and save to reload here. Now your application is reloaded here. See, now internally what happened? That is about this code. You should be at starting it may have a confusion, but slowly you can be comfortable this folder structure as well. Now see here. Now this is the folder structure how it will be look like. See here. This is the parent level. This is your project name. Okay. Node modules are able to see it will has a lot of space. Whenever you are copying the project from one place to another place, it will take lot of time. When I do a git commit also, at a runtime when you run, it will download the dependencies for your system. We cannot commit node modules. Modules is nothing but dependencies for your application for project level. Then we have a public folder. Okay, just 1 minute. Yeah, we have a public folder, src folder. We have a two things we have. Guys, 1 minute, I'm getting one call. Yeah, sorry guys. Now, if you observe here, this is the folder structure. Inside this folder structure, what are the things we have? Node modules, public folder, src folder. The complete development we are doing, like creating css files or javascript files or react files, whole the project we are doing under src folder. See here, again inside a src we have a lot of files we have here. Each one has one very very important index things we have, guys. Now if you see root level, we have one file called package.json. This is nothing but a pom.xml in our Java projects. Here package.json means what are the dependencies you are adding, which dependencies you need to download. It will identify in the package.json file. Dot ignore, it by default initialized one git repository, so it is using as a dot git ignore. Readme file already you know, so ignore about this extension is not required. Readme file we have. Okay, now we have a public folder and a src folder here. Whenever you hit any API, okay, I mean sorry, when you open your browser, first file it will be loaded is index.html file. This is the file. Any project if you are going, only one HTML file you will have whole the project, either Angular, either Node.js, one HTML file only. That is index.html file. The entry point for your application is index.html here. Index.html. Internally, this index.js HTML is talking to the remaining components that later I will explain, not right now here. Now, here we have some kind of favicon logo. These are all some kind of a images are available here. Images are available. Now, discussing about the components, I will be discussing the tomorrow session, guys, not in today's session, so that we will be create few more components. So component system, what is a component? Okay, how many types of components we have? By default, which components you will get when you create a react application will be discussed in the tomorrow session, guys. Okay, so that's all for today's session. And if you want to stop the application, how to stop? Open Visual Studio, just control C. See, you can terminate the job. Your application is stopped here. If you visit the browser, if you refresh, it will never run the application here. See, cannot reach the page. Okay, till here. Now, maybe you can set up in your local system till what I done today. Tomorrow we'll continue about the next development as well, guys. Okay, so today's session also will available in our YouTube. So you can watch the video one more time for the backup. Okay, and any questions, I will take your questions in tomorrow classroom, guys. Okay, that's all for today's session. Thank you, guys. Any questions?